Alright guys, it's Dan. I'm going to do a little tour of Minetta Lane, which is that street behind me, and Bleecker Street. Let's turn this camera around and I'll show you. We're on 6th Avenue. Let me turn it around. We're on 6th Avenue and Minetta Lane, which meets up with Carmine Street. We did a video the other day on Carmine Street of Jackson Pollock, which is down there. This is Minetta Lane. Not a lot of people know about Minetta Lane here in the city. Not even the tourists. A little playground here. The deal with this playground, Minetta Playground, it used to be extended over to a whole block over, and used to be a McDonald's there. But this is a really quiet street. You have the Minetta Lane theater right here. Let me cross. Don't get hit by this car. Look, little people live in these little places. Look how quiet that is. And over here, you have a little restaurant and the Minetta Lane Theater. A Ghost in Your Ear is playing. Used to be all kinds of, they have all kinds of shows in there. And here we come to Minetta Lane and Minetta Street. Little people living here. Little buildings. So quiet it is. There's a bar down there. It's called the Pink Pussycat, where Bob Dylan used to hang out. And here's Cafe Wa. Let me hold the camera a little bit better. Cafe Wa. It's a famous place, even from the 60s. Lots of musicians used to play over here. If these streets could talk. This Cafe Wa. Here's Minetta Tavern over here. I'll tell you a little story about Minetta Tavern. They have this kind of like red neon light at night on McDougal. This is McDougal Street. That it's so bright that it reflects into everybody's windows over here. I'll tell you a little story about that place. Here's Cafe Wa. We've been around for decades. Right here. And I used to go to this place all the time. That restaurant right there called the Olive Tree. If you're ever in the West Village, it's got really good hummus. Lots of musicians used to play and actually live in here. But over here, you have the Minetta Tavern. It's been here forever. Longer than I've been alive, I think. And the story is I painted this first floor apartment. You see where the arch windows are? This lady, she was really depressed. And I think it was $400 to paint this room right here behind this arch window. And I painted it red. And the reason why I painted it red, I picked the color because it would glow off of this sign from across the street. This kind of neon sign right here, Minetta Lane, and it would blink. As soon as you turn it on, it would reflect off of this wall, or these walls that I painted in here. Pretty cool. Let's go up to Bleecker Street. I don't get any credit. You got a lot of little, kind of like touristy now. These restaurants. McDougal Street. Coming up over here on Bleecker. Now Frank Zappa, when he pretty much first started, he was already a little well known, but he used to live up here 1 block on Thompson Street. There was a little nightclub over here. Forget the name of that place. Not there anymore. Right across the street there on Bleecker. A little down from that restaurant. Oops. That's what people just... right down there. Where that building is. Used to be a little thing. So this is a corner of McDougal and Bleecker. And now if we walk up here, we're cruising up to Thompson Street. All these restaurants kind of new, but they still try to make them look a little funky here on Bleecker Street. I got little tattoo places. You know that tattooing was actually illegal, I think up into the 90s in the city. I don't know why I read that somewhere. Oh, these places have been around for a long time, you know. Oh, this is Sullivan. I used to live on Sullivan Street. I showed that in another video. Right in here. Down here is kind of like a church. Used to be called the Legal Aid Society. Kind of for kids. It has a swimming pool in there. I used to go there when I was a kid. Up here you have the bitter end. Some places where Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix, excuse me, all these guys used to play. I think the Village Gate used to be over here somewhere. Old places here. That building right there. See that building? Right next to this large building right down there. It used to be Frank Zappa. He lived on the 3rd floor in this building. No big deal. I did a job for this lady over there. What a mess her place was. Whoa. She was a hoarder. She had like mufflers, old newspapers. Couldn't even walk in her living room. Here's the red line. So, old bar. Not quite as old as this bitter end. The bitter end had been around for longer than me. The 60s. Everybody's played in this place here. Bob Dylan and stuff. There's a story about this place on the corner. But first, let's go to the Peculiar Pub. The Peculiar Pub is let me put these flyers down. Getting heavy. There's a place where I used to go when I was younger, and they had every beer imaginable in this place. All the little breweries and stuff. Really expensive. Back then it was like $10 for a thing, for just a glass of beer. This is GMT Tavern. The story about this is, from what I understand, this is LaGuardia and Bleecker. Oh, a truck. Oh, man. Alright, let me walk over here. From what I understand, it used to be called, this bar here, used to be called the corner of Walk and Don't Walk, because it was the first sign. You see these little signs with the hand, the red hand, and they used to flash. See here, you see it flashing? They used to flash and it used to say walk, and then when it was red it would be don't walk. So that was the first one ever put in. This is from my understanding. And that was called, the bar was called Corner or Walk and Don't Walk. The story is going out with this girl for a while. We used to go in there. I think we went in there twice. The waitress comes over, I mean not the waitress, the bartender. She said, watch what you say. Watch what you say. I said, what do you mean? Because the owner microphones the bar because he's so nosy, he wants to. I said, what? Yeah, microphones. I always thought that was strange. And then I went back, I guess, I don't know, a couple months. So the lady was still there. Yeah, he'd been recording you when you come in. I was like, oh, I don't want to be recorded, man. So we never went back to that place. Anyway, this is about it. You have LaGuardia place here. Alright, that's about it for the video right now. Let's see, maybe I could find something tomorrow to show you guys. Let me turn this around. Alright, that was a pretty interesting video, right? I got a lot more videos I want to show you guys, but I want to show you guys where most tourists don't go, like Minetta Lane. Minetta Lane, the first part of the video. A lot of tourists don't even hardly ever see anybody walking down that block. It's kind of interesting, you know. And then this block, McDougal Street, is really active on the weekends. They actually close McDougal Street on the weekends. There's so many people, and those people are called bridge and tunnel people. That means they come in from different areas of the city and they have to take a bridge and tunnel. But some people are really rude. They crank their music up and they're all partying, so there's a lot of police action over there. It's really touristy compared to the 60s. 60s are a bit before my time, even though I was just a youngster. More like the 70s and 80s. But anyway, that's my video for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, I guess they say. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Thank you.